welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Ready to Love, Season 10, Episode 7.
Whew, do you remember the storylines, Blair?
It was coming back to me as I was watching it.
Okay, well,
Yes.
let's hope we can pick up where we left off 3 years ago. It seems like. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. You ready, Blair?
Yes, so
Let's
the ladies decided Fritz and Eddie were not ready to love.
Mm.
We get to the men's lounge. The guys we have left are Cam, Cisco, Naimm, Hussein, Khalil, and Jay.
Okay.
I think that's everybody. And the men will meet the ladies' exes this week.
Okay.
Angie and Hussein meet with her ex, which is her son's father, Jamal.
Mm-hmm.
And they really only see each other when it's time to pick up and drop off the kids. And Hussein asked them why they split. And pretty much Angie didn't make him feel wanted. She needed to do everything by herself. When she was going into labor, she drove herself to the hospital and he was in the passenger seat.
Wow.
Hussein agrees that she should be able to let a man lead.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it just sounds like control issues, is what it sounds like is going on with Angie. I don't really know if she's done work on herself. It's kind of hard to see in a process like this because everybody's showing their best representative and just trying to get to know each other. But if she wants something serious with Hussein, then, you do have to give a little bit in a relationship.
Yeah.
So I thought that was like, why he had to be in a passenger seat. I was thinking she drove herself because he had to come like from work or something like that. I didn't know he was in the same car sitting right next to her. That is kind of crazy.
I mean, that's no excuse. When it comes to Hussein, the only thing I could think of during this conversation, remember when he had the date with the firefighter chick? I forgot her name. Deanna, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like basically, like she just took the conversation to a place the way he was like, you know what? No, it's not going to work. I kind of see it the same way with Angie, where even though like they're on a date and he's meeting the ex, I don't see them two mashing, and things of that nature. He may seem too, what's the word? Like, I feel like they were butt heads, right? And to me, I think it would be more like water and oil. I just don't think they were mashed. But, it was cool.
So Kiara and Jay meet up with her ex, Jules.
Yeah.
They have known each other their whole lives. They did have a minute where they dated, but she decided they were better as friends.
Wow.
Jules explains how she had a crush on him since they were younger, but she was a couple of years younger than his youngest sister.
Mm-hmm.
He kept his eyes on her until she was legal, and that's when he decided to explore, and we learned that they are 9 years apart.
Stop right there for a second. That's a problem for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I already was turned off by this conversation right here.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's no. like as much as you may try to find the words and things of that nature, it's like, no. Keeping your eyes on somebody, especially from a guy perspective, it's like, oh, you had attraction, so you just waited.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that's not cool to me. I'm sorry.
Jay likes that she's bougie, but Jules has to put it out there that she used to be a humble servant. We get some clarity that it was because she was a church girl. But I'm just like, that's kind of wild to put out there
pretty much.
In that type of way. And he says that her values have changed heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And even though she may not be with him, like he does want her to be happy, even though it would be a dagger to his heart, but he still has feelings for her to this day.
Why y'all friends? I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, she said they're better off as friends. I was like, I think y'all be better off as strangers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
like I don't understand why y'all friends, especially since you know for a fact that he has feelings for you. So now I have to question the friendship. Not so much of do I think anything suspicious is going on, but I wonder. She knows that he likes her and things like that. So I wonder, what position do you play? You are you playing the friend in the sense of it's platonic, which he's proven that he's not, or are you someone that's on the bench, meaning that at any beck and call, are you there for your friend and things like that? And potentially, is she taking advantage of that, knowing that he will cross the ocean for her? You get what I'm saying? So with me, I just feel like, hey, that's a turn off for me. That's too much mess, especially with a friend. Right now, he's cool, but if I was to step in the picture and I was to become your man and things of that nature, I know in the back of my head he really want to be with you. So how he's going to act out?
Right. So she's having to remind him that we are just friends and you're here to vet Jay.
Yeah.
And Jules says that he always waits for an opportunity. He does have multiple crushes, so it's not like he's just waiting on Kiara. But he will wait for her as long as it takes. And Jay says, well, you got to know the new her and not the old her. And he thinks that she should not have this guy around because he's a nuisance.
Of course.
Agreed.
Of course.
Cisco and Shanice meet up with Shanice's ex, Augie. Apparently, they dated back in college. And he talked about how she was basically very ambitious. He wasn't ready for her. She did a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Cisco likes that when he's down, she will check on him, ask him how he's doing, and pray over him. He does mention that he's also talking to Taye, and the guy asked how she looks. Shanice says she's cute, and Cisco said that she was beautiful, and that rubbed Shanice the wrong way. And it rubbed Cisco the wrong way that she tried to paint her as cute. Like, no, she's more than that. I felt like this is just part of Shanice and just her perfect package that she likes to present.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because, when she was introduced to us, I felt like we didn't really get to see her personality. Like, I felt like she presented as kind of like a,
like a CEO type of like basically like a businesswoman. Yeah,
kind of like all about her business, which I think that's good, but you're on a love show, so we need you to kind of like, relax a little bit, let us get to know you as your personality. And I felt like at certain points we did get to learn that throughout the season, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, you bring somebody from college, which is how many years ago, and the only thing he has to say about you is that you're ambitious. It's just like,
okay, we ain't learned nothing.
Like, we really didn't learn anything more about you.
Yeah. With Taye, right? Her name is Taye or Taye. Is it Taye? Taye. I have actually, this conversation right here did not make me think of Shanice any worse than what I already thought of her. I don't think it put her in a better light, and I don't think it put her in a worse light. Even though we seen her as uptight and things like that, let's not forget that she got butt booty hole naked on TV, and Cinco was painting her. Cisco, rather. This made me go back to Cisco. This is about Cisco, right? And the line you said, that Shanice said, or that Cisco said, that the one thing that he likes about Shanice is that when he's down, let's start right there. Last time he was on my TV screen, he was crying.
Yeah.
About being down. But he said, I like that when I'm down, she will come over or she would check up on me and basically pray over me. And I'm just like, hey, brother, say, man, hey, man. I don't know how, in a dating scene, I understand you're being honest. This could be your real situation, but you may not be in a position to be dating. I think you need to get yourself up. I don't want to be the pull yourself by the bootstraps type of guy, but already you had Taye feeling bad for you and things of that nature because you told her the truth and she was like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. And now this is now two women that I found out based off your own accord that when you down, you get down in the gutter and they got to pray over you. We don't even know what her religious beliefs are, but she praying over you. So that's why I'm like, Cisco, I think you may need to like get yourself together. That's what I took from this conversation. That, man, you've been down with two women so far and like, bruh, get yourself together.
So Sahara and Cam meet up. She doesn't have any exes. One of her exes passed away.
R.I.P.
Sahara is there to answer any and all of his questions, and she talks about she loves unconditionally, which isn't always the best position for her to be in. Cam thinks that that shows that she's a ride or die, but she's kind of tired of riding and dying. Like, she wants to be treated softer with more care, but her ex treated her rough because he felt like she could handle it. And Cam lets her know you are still a lady and people do take advantage of the fact that you are strong.
I don't know how to be nice here.
Well, I'll start. I'll let you try to find the words.
I'm trying to put my words together.
So, I think with Cam and Sahara, I think that he's the only one who really understands her. And appreciates her personality and what she provides. So I think that if they were able to find something, and I think they do have a connection, then I think it would be beneficial to the both of them. I think that especially for Sahara, it seems like Cam would be more in tune to giving her a better experience when it comes to dating, because it seems like she's dated rougher people. So if they're able to hit it off, that'd be great, but Cam has a lot of options. I don't really know if Sahara is really his top or just somebody that he thinks that he can get into submission or something. I don't know. That might be a little heavy-handed, but that's just kind of my thoughts. But I do feel like I appreciated how open she was, being that she didn't have an ex there, and to where he really could get to know her more.
So. With Sahara, I think I battle with what came first, the chicken or the egg. Are you a product of your environment? Listen, I'm from the East Coast as well. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just like, are you rough because you was in a relationship? And because of how bad the relationship was, you're kind of a product of that relationship? Or did the egg come before the chicken? So it's like, Sahara, she presents herself as a little rough around the edges. And I really want to know, is that who you are? Or is this who you feel like you have to be to protect yourself? And if that's the case, then we still haven't seen the real you. And I understand you want to be done with the whole riding and dying.
I think this is her.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm trying not to be mean.
No,
here,
I think this is her. I don't think that she's putting on or trying to. I think that she is rough and tough.
But my thing is like rough and tough with your Afro puff. I understand that.
But she's soft on the inside when she wants to be.
But my thing about it is, a lot of times, especially first impressions, remember, she was the first one that was eliminated, but kind of was saved because she basically was able to go to the other party and things like that. And what did she do when she got eliminated? I don't want to talk to any of y'all anyway. It's like, no one made you do that. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's her.
So that's why I'm like, I understand that you want to basically, you don't want to be a ride or die, and you want basically live in your soft girl era and things of that nature. But you got to help. You have to help me help you get that as well.
But I think that's pretty much like, number one, she would need somebody like Cam who gets her and who is willing to work with her. Or she needs to date the people that she's always been dating who deal with rough individuals. Okay. She's coming on to Ready to Love, and some of these guys don't really seem like they like to have their women be rough. You know?
I mean, most guys don't want their women to be rough, I would say. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, she may just be a particular, like, you know what? She's a particular taste. You get what I'm saying? She could date a guy that don't have to disrespect her and things of that nature, like her ex, as she said, which can handle that. I don't know if Cam's that guy, but I'm just like, if you say you want to be in your soft girl, I don't know if I believe so much of that from Sahara, to be honest, is what I'm saying.
So Rose, Cam, and Husieen meet up with her ex, Khalil.
Yeah.
This is not her child's father. Apparently, they didn't work out because he couldn't give Rose what she needed. He talks about how she's caring and loving and how it could kind of get to the point where it's a little bit badgering. Rose needs a partner to be in church. Cam isn't opposed to church, but he is willing to compromise. That's not really his thing. And Rose says that she is an understanding person. Husieen feels like the meeting was too good to be true, kind of like a car salesman. Like, Rose is perfect. There's nothing or wrong with her, nothing that she had issues on in the past or that she could have improved on. So.
Let me go first with this, and this is why a lot of times, if you're dating, if you're single, men or women, you will find yourself in a situation to where you're repeating the same mistakes over and over again. She literally just said she needs a partner to be in church. Cam says, I don't know, I'm willing to compromise. And then she goes, well, I'm an understanding person.
Like, no, get what you want, Rose.
So yeah,
get
so
somebody
now,
who's into church.
So now, when it comes down to you in a relationship and things of that nature, that's why I say you bring an ex there, right? When you're in a relationship with someone that's like, I don't know, and then when that day shows up where you want to go to church, and at first you made it seem like, you know what, this is my stance, but you're an understanding person, like, now you can't be mad at him because this is what he said. So that's why I'm like, I don't think Rose is too good to be true. I just think, hey, when you don't have an ex there, I'm forced to talk to you. You get what I'm saying? Besides actually talking to somebody else.
No, her ex was there.
Oh, this not the child's father.
No, this is Rose. It's just not the child's father. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was an ex, but like it wasn't the child's father.
Right.
Who was that? Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I meant. I want to hear from people that actually had real investment in your life and things like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't want to hear from, like, you know, people that just, you know, high and buy and things of that nature, because at the end of the day, it's going to sound like, well, he couldn't give me what I wanted. No, tell me what you did. Like tell me your mistakes, you know, tell me your flaws besides just sounding like a used car salesman.
So Khalil and Cisco meet up with Taye.
Yeah.
None of her exes could make it because they're in relationships and she's respecting that boundary. Taye, of course, is open to answering all questions. She shares that she has been defensive in conflict in the past.
Okay.
She will pull away if she doesn't feel like she's being heard. And Khalil asks her how often she was having sex in her last relationship, and she says at the beginning she was getting it on and popping. Cisco was more concerned about her body language because it seemed like she was directing a lot of her answers towards Khalil.
Okay.
Yeah. I felt like it was good. Like I said, if your ex can't be there, then just open up and be honest about your shortcomings. And I felt like she did that. And I think that with everything going on with Cisco, even though she's giving him another chance, I don't think that she should take the risk on Cisco.
I don't think so either.
I think that Taye should get with somebody who's stable. I think it's one thing if you get with somebody, things are going good and life happens and you guys are there for each other.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't jump into a situation to where a person doesn't have their stability and you do, because it can become a using situation. Unfortunately it could become somebody trying to see if they can move into your place. Like, let's not start off this way.
Yeah. I don't want to be wide mouthed here to where I talk out of both sides of my mouth. I think for this, I applaud shows like this, not particularly this show, but shows like this that, bring real people on the show, because it would be amazing if every guy you brought on here is a business owner. He has, $100K, he makes 6 figures a year and things like that. They brought real people pertaining to the city that they're in. You get what I'm saying? So I could see Cisco being in a situation to where, I'm building myself up. However, I say because of the circumstance is we met on a show, on a TV show, I should not have to invest my basically time with you. If this was a situation to where I knew you, I grew up with you, there's actually some type of foundation outside of us basically speed dating and things like that, I say maybe give him a chance. But because this is a speed dating situation, that's basically what this is, I say you don't have to settle for Cisco at all. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. So with Cam and Angie, they have great chemistry, but Angie does not want to introduce Cam to her child's father because they haven't really gotten there in their connection. Okay. She explains how she was hyper independent in her last relationship, and Cam tells her that he would want to be the leader of a household. And she says that she needs the assertiveness. Cam doesn't really like loud talk and arguing, and she jokes about how she likes to argue so they can end up making up afterwards.
Nope.
He isn't really a fan of how their conversations always turn sexual, and he's trying to learn more about her and move differently in the way that he dates.
No, you see, like right now, Andrew, you're being goofy. You get what I'm saying? Like I understand that, like we're talking and you're trying to get to know me, but now like people going home now, and if I'm really if I came here to be serious on the show and things of that nature, I need you to be a little serious too. I think Angie was just a little loosey goosey for me.
Yeah, I felt like she was very unserious during this date. Yeah. I felt like she was, just enjoying a date with Cam and everything like that, but I don't think there was any intention of really trying to. I do feel like she was open and honest about what her shortcomings were. So I'll give her that. But the vibe was just not really like, I'm really taking this person serious.
Not even like a grown-up date. It was just like, okay, cool.
So Deanna, Naimm, and Khalil meet up. She's not on speaking terms with any of her exes or her last ex because it was toxic. Okay. Deanna talks about how she used to run in relationships. She would nitpick, and he felt like he had to walk on eggshells.
I would say that's more telling that you're end up in every toxic situation or toxic relationships and things like that. I understand that if it was a situation like Taye, where I have exes but they are in relationships and I just want to respect their relationship, that's one thing. But you telling me, hey, I ain't got no ex to bring because every relationship I've been in has been toxic, I'm like, ooh. Like that's a red flag to me. Tell me what's the toxic part. Tell me how you contributed to it and things of that nature.
Yeah, and I feel like she told us how she contributed to it. I feel like she did not create a atmosphere of love.
Pretty much.
And I will say that I think that in some situations and conversations that she has, that it seems like there is like a vibe, there's a flirtiness and a connection growing there. But in other situations, it seems that she can be like short, judgmental, critical. Yeah. And I can imagine that even if we're starting on a flirty tone, of how that critical nature can come about in different ways. So I'm hoping that's something that she has improved on if she wants to have something long-term and not toxic.
You're right.
So we get to the men's lounge. They all share their experiences about their dates. Cam felt away learning that Husieen ended up meeting Angie's child's father. Khalil connection with Taye is growing. Cisco wasn't feeling that. And apparently Shanice texted good morning to Husieen and about 5 other people. Okay. Husieen, so pretty much they take Cisco takes Shanice out, and Angie is taken out by Cam. Cisco thinks that Shanice is a caring, solid woman, and the connection was there. With Cam, he felt slighted by not being able to meet her ex. Angie is kind of trying to like apologize for making him feel that way, but honestly, I'm like, Angie, if you don't take him serious, like, you just don't take him serious.
Pretty much.
Like, you know, it's nothing to apologize for real. But Shanice is not ready to love. She says she's okay with that. Maybe she just came here to be able to pour into Cisco and to let him know that God cares for him and that he's a king. And she could see it was hard for Cisco to tell her she wasn't ready to love, and she appreciates the respect that he has for her.
What is your thoughts on Cisco crying?
I don't feel a way about it. He can cry. I mean, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, that's fine.
And that's why I love women, because women are so forgiving.
I mean, I'm not trying to date him.
No,
so I'm just like, I'm not judging the man for crying. He can cry if he wants to.
Women are so forgiving. He got to tell Shanice that, you know what, you're not ready to love. I understand that he was in a competition with another guy, and even he said, you know what, just because, you know what, that we like the same girl, that doesn't mean I'm going to be mad at you. That just shows how good the girl is. I understand that. But you over here crying because you have to send someone home, Cisco, after I saw you cry over your situation. It's too many times I've seen this buff man cry on my TV screen. And my thing is this, Cisco, I think you got other things going on, and I think it's coming out in other ways, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that Cisco is going through a very, very hard time.
Yeah.
And I think that it probably would be best for him to lock in, do what he needs to do, maybe, you know, get some therapy and stuff like that, because I would hate for the women to be the therapist in his life.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's too much of a role for one person.
Facts.
So I'm hoping that he's able to do the work to get in a better place, and not just stable financially, but just like emotionally and all that different ways. So that way he can actually like go into a relationship wanting to put his best effort of basically saying that he wants the relationship to be love and happiness and joyful, and not necessarily about the hard things that he's going through. I think in life there's hard things that we all go through at different points in our lives, but it's just not looking stable right now.
No, it looks wild to me, to be honest, because I'm coming from the perspective of, hey man, she's the one that's eliminated, but yet she's consoling you again. This goes back to the whole thing of when she said, or when he brought up saying, I like when I feel down, she pray over me and she console, and I'm like, and now she consoling you again, basically alluding to the point of like, hey, our connection was real, and I find you, you know, I'll be there for you. And I'm just like, Cisco, man, come on, man, show up better.
And that's all I got.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We see you.
Bye.